So this is a sign this man still has work to do. So at the airport yesterday, or DFW, the runway was closed for 2 hours. Let that sink in. Runway's closed for 2 hours. And this gentleman is giving the gate agent a hard time after they announced they're looking for another pilot because the pilot hit his service hours and he couldn't fly, the captain. And, you know, the funny thing was I knew that was going to happen because I've heard about that. I'm aware of that from some things in the past. And he's cursing people out. He's ranting and raving. He happened to walk away and go to the bathroom as the police showed up. Not security, the police, because they were getting ready to take him away. And in the area for our flight, everyone was all happy the cops were there. We're all waiting to see him get arrested because he was acting like an ass. Okay? It's a winter storm in Texas dumping snow and ice. Jeez. Why are you mad at the gate agent? Okay? There were no planes leaving. If the pilot wouldn't have run out of time, they had reopened the runway, we could have loaded back on and we probably would have gotten off the ground. I would have been thrilled. Instead, I'm sitting in a hotel room looking at the snow on the ground because it snowed last night. But it reminded me, that was a very immature handling of his emotion of anger. He also has a lot of work to do. Because most of us were like, this sucks, and laughing about it, because none of us want to be there. And it reminded me of two things. When Melanie and I went on our first trip together, now remember, I used to have an anger problem, and I don't get angry anymore. And I had a girlfriend tell me, well, you're all proud of that. You don't get angry anymore, and there's nothing wrong with anger. But the problem was, many of the things we get angry about are not worth getting angry over, okay? And we don't handle our emotions. It's nothing wrong with it, and so we pulled into Rocky Mountain National Park. We were at Estes Park for a weekend getaway. I did not know they went to a reservation system. And as we pull up to the gate, they're like, do you have a reservation? I'm like, huh? No. Didn't know. She says, yeah, you have to have a reservation. Now, keep in mind, I've been hiking national parks for, at this point, so this would have been, 4 years ago? That was my fourth year of hiking national parks on my solo hiking trips. But I'm always there pre-dawn. There's nobody at the gate. There's no reservation need. They've changed the system because of the use. So, and she literally was terrified. I didn't pick up on this, and she shared with me afterwards that would have caused her ex to explode. And the thing I did learn, and I learned this in the divorce after the fact, I always thought my anger was a laser beam focused at the person I'm directing it at. It's a grenade, gentlemen. It's a grenade. And if getting stranded in an airport with another 10,000 people causes you to lose your shit, you have work to do. Because you're not a grounded, calm, integrated, masculine man. Because he was acting like a little boy. So, get with a men's group, like your men's group, our community. Find one local. Get with a coach, get with a counselor. But understand, losing your shit and taking it personal and getting all bent out of shape when Mother Nature is having a fun day doesn't do anything. But it makes your woman feel less safe. See, that's what Melanie told me is whenever he got angry, and I didn't know this in my first marriage. See, I didn't know that my anger, even though it wasn't directed at her, made her feel unsafe. And so when you are immature and don't handle your emotions properly, this is what happens. So now I don't get angry. And there was a time I got pissed at something driving. The GPS screwed me over. And I did get angry because I missed an exit. Okay? And I did pound the steering wheel, and I cursed. And then I told her, I said, sorry about it. She goes, doesn't bother me. And I'm like, that didn't. She goes, no, I've learned, one, you don't get angry at silly things. And two, that anger wasn't directed at me. Because I didn't get angry all the time like I used to, she now feels safe. And my anger wasn't directed at her. And because of that, we had something where she spilled something on the kitchen floor. Sorry, babe, but this goes to the point of the video. I forget what it was. Oh, she dropped something, and it was a jar of something, and it broke. Bragg's Branchimino, the lid broke. Not the jar, but the lid. And it was glugging out this brown liquid, and I'm looking at the gray tile, and she froze. And I yelled, pick it up! Yelled pretty forcefully. And we talked about it later, and again, my whole purpose of that was to get her to take action, because she kind of had vapor lock, like, oh shit, is he going? It was a brand new bottle. And I got her to pick it up so it stopped spilling on the floor. I handed her some paper towels, and we talked about it. In an unsafe relationship in the past, she would have burst into tears. She would have felt threatened and all of that. She didn't. And she picked up the bottle, and she again understood it wasn't directed at her. That was directed to get her to do something. And so, men, if you've got an anger issue and you want to talk, trust me, I can help you deal with your anger, because I've learned a few tricks on how to recognize it, how to deal with it before it becomes a problem. And understand, women feel your anger differently than you do. When you're just pissed off, they think you're enraged. It's like the Thai hot compared to Mexican hot. Trust me, guys. I've had conversations with women about this. So have a great day, and we'll talk with you guys soon. And don't get angry over stupid stuff.